And once again, just to recap, just to remember there's a difference between rigid boundaries. There's a difference to having dogmatic walls that we build up around ourselves to keep people out. And that is not a part of our long-term strategy. They're a placeholder. They might help us to manage the issues, the challenges, the pain, the fear, the dysregulation that we have right now. They're temporary walls that we put up. There's a reason people do that and call it boundaries, is because it lets you catch a breath. But we're not just trying to catch a breath while we're drowning. We're trying to build this beautiful boat. We're trying to build a sustainable way of navigating the waves of our experience. And, a lot of people put up rigid boundaries because they have been living with porous boundaries. They've been living way too loose. They accept abuse or disrespect. They're scared of rejection so much that they'll just comply with anything. They depend on the opinions of others. There's difficulty saying no. There's this kind of leaking outward in an attempt to feel safe and to feel connected. And then there's this pendulum effect of swinging all the way back into cutting out relationships, cutting off connections to the outside world, because everything, the way those connections have been set up are actually painful. So it makes sense that we might need to cut off, set up rigid boundaries, but that's not our philosophy for life. That's not our philosophy of how to be connected. Actually, we want to cultivate these skills so we can build relationships next time. We can build our life around us with awareness and communication and flexibility. So it makes sense that the boundaries we've built around us, the connections and the relationships and the situations, the life we've created around us has been created with unhealthy, unconscious, compulsive, rooted in trauma conditions. So it does make sense that, one thing we can do is just cut all of that off and put up walls as we rebuild, or we might gently, in some of the cases, gently alter them. So we don't have to cut off the relationship, we can work on it. So both are fine. And porous and rigid boundaries the reason they are there is actually to protect us. The reason we are so loose and so porous is because a part of our system was trained to say that